Good day, Flutter developer. Quick question. How many apps did you use today that asked for your name? Quick question. Email? Quick question. A choice from a list? Here's a real-world fact. Over 80% of mobile apps rely on forms and API data transfer. So today, I'm kicking off dynamic forms and global keys in Flutter, the stuff real apps live on. By the end, you'll add drop-downs. By the end, you'll add buttons. By the end, you'll handle user input. By the end, you'll validate and transfer data across screens. By the end, you'll build dynamic forms with Flutter widgets. First, forms in Flutter. A form groups inputs like text form field, drop-down button form field, elevated button. The magic? You can validate everything together, not one by one. What is validation? It ensures users enter correct data, no empty names, valid emails, drop-down selected. In Flutter, a validator returns a string for error, or null if it's valid. Why GlobalKey? A global key gives me access to the form's state, so I can call validate and save from my button, even outside the form widget tree. Without it, I'm guessing in the dark. Let's wire a real flow. Registration form, submit screen, back to form. Named routes keep it clean. Push data forward, pop or finish when done. I model data with a form data class, name, email, category. Passing one object beats juggling multiple loose variables. It's type safe and future-proof. Forms need state, so I use a stateful widget. Text controller for name, text controller for email, and a selected category variable for the dropdown. And yes, dispose controllers to avoid memory leaks. Dynamic input, feed drop-down button form field from a list. Change the list, the UI adapts. That's a dynamic form. On submit, if chuck form key.currentState, validate is true. I build a form data object and navigator.pushNamed submit arguments data. Always validate before navigation, always. On the submit screen, I read arguments and show a summary. Want to finish the flow? Push named and remove until to clear the stack. Perfect for onboarding or post-login. Think this week, how would you validate a multi-step form across screens? When should you prefer controllers versus on-saved? How would you localize validation messages cleanly? That's dynamic forms and global keys in a nutshell. Build with intent, validate with care, and pass data like a pro. See you in next lecture.